Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. Let's start the second chapter, Bhakti Sufi Traditions, Changes Religious Beliefs and Devotional Texts, 8th to 18th century. What is important in this chapter that is this that this chapter is a major focus in mains plus pre. Every year almost 1 to 2 questions from Bhakti movement and 15 to 25 marks in mains are directly or indirectly asked each year. We will see that example in later part, but just remember this chapter is very important. It is high yield topic, so we cannot miss to afford it. Okay, let's start the details. Yes, Bhakti movement. What is meaning of Bhakti? Bhakti means salvation to God. During 10th to 15th century CE, the increased influence of Brahmanism has led to caste movements where the interpretation of God was done without Brahmins, and salvation can be attained by anyone irrespective of its gender, caste, etc. This is what basically Bhakti movement. In other words, Bhakti means freedom from life cycle of death and birth, that is by salvation to God. This is the brief background. Now we will discuss the chapter page to page wise. The first page says that, page number 140, that the Bhakti tradition major focus started during 10 to 14th century CE in first millennium, mid millennium BC. Sorry, pardon me, in first millennium Common Era, when the sculptures of Vishnu, Mahesh, Shiva increased, and many sculptures were built during these times from patronage of kings like Cholas, Pandyas. The start of Bhakti movement is from is considered basically from Tamil Nadu region, that is during 6th to 8th century Common Era. The chronology of transferring data here means the prayer types, its methods, ideology varied from leader to leader. Therefore, it became very tricky for historians to judge the exact ideology and its founder. Sometimes these practices were abandoned, and sometimes the add-on were made to the practices already in process. The second page says about the integration of cults and how the mosaic of religious belief and practice evolved. Mosaic here means the collection of belief, faith, etc. Mosaic basically, guys, is a small parts of stone joined together to make a big picture, as you have seen in some home decoration tiles, etc. These small parts are sects of different beliefs, and this whole picture represented the ideology of 10 to 15th century Common Era. The most striking feature the most striking feature is the presence of numerous gods, their forms, etc., that are clearly visible in form of sculptures, temples, texts, etc. The integration of cults. Guys, the headings like these can be used as it is in mains answer writing. It will fetch you some extra marks, but remember to use these things only when these are relevant and not everywhere spelling facts. Relevancy is the main point in mains exam. If you have written relevant answer, then 50% work is done. Remember guys, write what is asked and what, and not write what you know. Let's move ahead to our topic, the integration of cults. Guys, the thing is important to notice here that there were two sects, one of lower caste and one of upper caste. These both were fed up. The more were fed up were lower caste, and some wave of reforms were also from these castes to integrate the lower caste into mainstream. So this led to the idea of great tradition and little tradition. The cults integrated at this time, that is during 10 to 15th century common era, were due to two reasons. First reason was disseminating Brahminical ideas by translating Sanskrit words into simple languages, that is explicitly for lower caste. Disseminating Brahminical ideas by translating Sanskrit words into simple languages for lower caste people. And the second reason for integration of cults was Brahmins accepting and reworking the beliefs and practices. These first and second point, these two approaches, continuous approaches, led to many beliefs, practices being shaped. And these little plus great traditions are part of great Sanskritic Puranic tradition. Guys, this is an important term where definition is given. Let us see what are little and great tradition. Sometimes the lower caste used to follow the ideas and practices of upper caste, and then this tradition was called as great tradition. At the same time, they also retained their original practices, then these were called as little tradition. Remember guys, their little and great has nothing to do with hierarchy. Here both are terms that can be integrated each other and led to the formation of great Sanskritic Puranic traditions. Page 142 talks about how the visual representations changed in Bhakti time. Initially, here the statue of Lord Jagannath has been compared to Vishnu, initially made by tribals of wood. But now the paintings have taken over wood representations at many places. Another form of increased Tantricism. Tantricism means versus female goddesses here given are preferences, mantras, etc. The famous picture here is of Maraichi. Guys, let me be clear on this that India is a land of diversity. And I am extremely sorry if I am not able to pronounce some or other names proper. Please forgive me for that. Getting back to the topic, Maraichi is a Tantricism related Buddhist goddess whose sculpture is found in 10th century CE around Bihar. The differences and conflicts also arise between some sects during Bhakti time. Still, Vedas remained authoritative. that is, they require the Brahmins for interpretation. But at the another time, the Tantricism also evolved, which gave preference to verses, deities, mantras. They included all caste, gender. These types of prayers were used to cure illnesses, bad illnesses or bad deeds done by people during that time. Conflict also arise between Shiva, Vishnu, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism followers. The page 143 talks about some features of bhakti, like the devotional worship had a long history. The Guru Sant, that is the teacher and student. This ideology is very old in India, and this was carried forward in bhakti also. Later, Sufism also adopted this as Pir Muridi, that is teacher and student. The expression of devotion here means the range varied from poems, verses, recitation of names frequently, etc. Poet saints emerged as a leader, but still Brahmins here had supremacy. The initial phase was having Brahmins leader as the proponents of bhakti, but later the people from all caste were included. There is a remarkable diversity in later bhakti movement. You can see the various forms of Vishnu, Shiva, their varied forms with varied names, with varied hymns, that is songs, prayers, etc. The bhakti is majorly classified into two. First is Sagun Bhakti, that is form God, that is the God we see. And second is Nirgun Bhakti, that is formless God, that is the one we cannot see. Both these were different types and no one was less than another. The both were equally prevalent at that time, that is from 11th to 15th century CE. The main aim of bhakti movement initially was to revive the ill effects of Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, etc. And this has also become a reason that new forms of God were searched and made. This is the main reason why we see the diversity in gods, because if one god is not allowed to follow to certain people, then they will venture out in search of another god, and this is the origin of bhakti. The followers of bhakti movement came to be known as Nayanars and Alvars. Alvars were followers of Vishnu and Nayanars were followers of Shiva. These both originated in Tamil Nadu region during 6th to 8th century CE. As we all know that bhakti movement started from Tamil Nadu region. Now we will see in detail the different types of verses done by some saints like Tondar Poti in his verse has criticized. Guys, this is on page number 144. I hope you all are having NCERTs with you. If not, I will provide link in description. Please download it from there. These all are free sources and at most important with respect to UPSC. Yes, the Tondar Poti cited the verses opposed to Brahmins. He called Brahmins as Chaturvedin, that is, the knower of all four Vedas. Tondar Poti was a Alvar saint, that is, he was a follower of Vishnu. Guys, a short trick to remember here, Alvar is related to Vishnu. Is you can see that ALV, V comes first here, so Vishnu, and Nanars, Nayanars, here S comes at last, so it is related to Shiva. This is a short trick you can imbibe in yourself. Okay, now the another verse criticizing Brahmins or upper caste is done by Apar. He was a Nayanar saint who are the follower of Shiva. The three important saints in Tamil Nadu region during 6th to 8th century CE were SAS. This is a mnemonic. Here SAS means Sambandar, Apar, Sundar Murti. These all combined the 10th century AD teachings into Thevaraman or Thevaram. Guys, pardon me for pronunciation. Please understand that I have not been to all the regions of India, as India is a land of diversity. So I am not able to, if I am not able to pronounce it properly, please pardon me for that. Okay, then a female saint, Karaikal Amayar, was also a Shiva devotee. She was a female Bhakti saint. The main feature of early Bhakti movement was presence of both male plus female. Early here means 8 to 10th century CE, or rather we said 6, 8, 10th century CE. Male plus female members. Karaikal Amayar was a female saint. Another, yes, Shiva devotee. She was a Nayanar. And another female devotee, which was follower of Vishnu, was Andal. She was a woman Alvar saint. She is widely sung even today. Here the Karaikal Amayar used extreme form of devotion, extreme asceticism, that is yoga, etc., to achieve God or Shiva. At the same time, the Christianity was having as an option, but as an option to female saints, but they did not accept it, the Christianity. Instead, they tried to reform their old religion, and they became the Bhakti saints instead of nuns. Karaikal Amayar has also told a verse named a demon on page number 145, where she has compared her beauty with outside world as opposite to what we perceive. Guys, we perceive the beauty as good, pleasant, attractive, but Karaikal Amayar here has used beauty in terms of demon form also. That is, the beauty has no form. This also led to the formation of new ideas and rejection of prejudices regarding beauty. The major focus of initial Bhakti movement was the rejection of ideas of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, as we have discussed this earlier, as these were patronized by kings and has penetrated into society, but were not inclusive due to Brahminical, Tantricism, etc. This led to the formation of Bhakti. The patronage of kings were also the major inspiration to the enhancement of Bhakti movement. The powerful Chola Pandya rulers during 9 to 13th century CE supported Bhakti movement. They gave grants for building of temples, building of Shiva temples, etc. The major Shiva temples built by Chola rulers were Chidambaram, Thanjore, and Gangaikonda Cholam. These were built by Chola rulers. Another Chola ruler, Parvantaka I, also built the metal statues of SAS, that is Samandar, Apar, Sundarmurti. Chola also tried to claim their rule by the ideology of divinity, that is, they are selected by God for ruling. This was a very common ideology to establish the credibility, so that people should not question why they are ruling, because to make people believe religion was a very basic and important theme of that time. We can also see that the agriculturist landlord class of Tamil Nadu, Velala peasants, also gave importance to Bhakti. These were the upper caste zamindari caste of aristocrats from during Sangam era. These were also revered or favored by Alvars and Nainars. Then, as we see that from Tamil Nadu, the Bhakti movement started, and it started coming northwards, and it reached Karnataka. Here, the important leader we see as Basavana, who was a minister in Kalachuri dynasty. His followers are known as Veerashaivas, or heroes of Shiva, or Lingayats, that is bearer of links. All the sources that were compiled by Basavana were later transformed into vachanas in Kannada. Guys, remember the facts, as these are the important facts that can be asked anytime in UPSC and another exams. Okay, and the followers of Veerashaivas, who were wanderers, sadhus, were called as Jangama, wandering Lingayats. The important focus of Lingayats was not ritual rites, that is, they don't burn the dead people. They instead believe that the person, that is, they don't believe in rebirth, that is, the person who has died has reached God, and there is no need of rebirth. This was their ideology. Basically, it goes to God, that is Shiva, because Veerashaivas were follower of Shivas. At the same time, in North, as the Bhakti movement proceeded toward North India from South India, we see a religious ferment in North India. The Brahmins enjoyed the patronage because of Rajput rulers who favored the Brahmins. Guys, here Bhakti movement why came late in North India is the major fact that the Brahmins enjoyed patronage by Rajput rulers who were ruling from 10th to 12th century CE, or rather 13th century CE, because the Rajputs were a Brahmin dominated ruling class, and that's why the process of progression in North India of Bhakti movement is slow. As the time passed on and the power of rulers of Rajput clans decreased, the proximity to trade route of North India led to the ideologies of Sufism integrated with Bhakti. At the same time, new sects like Nathpanthis, Yogis, Siddhas, etc. emerged. These were renouncers who lived away from worldly pleasures. That is, they renounced everything, home, marriage, and every worldly pleasures or materialistic world. As, as the Delhi Sultanate approached during 12th to 13th century CE, the Sufism came. Brahmins and the Rajput decreased, and Sufism and Bhakti ideology emerged in North India. The page number 149 talk about the new strands in fabric, that is the Islam and its reformist movement Sufism. With Arab merchant, the Islam has spread to all over the Indian subcontinent from 7 to 12 13th century CE. But at the same time, the reformist movement like Sufism also emerged with the advent of Delhi Sultanate, as the majority of the population they were ruling were Hindus, and Sufism was accepted by both Hindus and Muslims. So they rejected the idea of ulemas of Islam, and they rather adopted the Sufism as their state ideology. Guys, some details about Islam are given on page number 149. Let us see the terms that are important. The word Sharia means law that govern Muslims. The Sharia is derived from four things. First is Quran, as we all know, holy text. Second is Hadith. Second is the Hadith, that is the sayings. Third one is Qiyas, Quyas, that is the reasoning. And fourth one is common sense or consensus by community, called as Ijma. These four terms are very important, so you can learn them as it is. They can be asked anytime in prelims, in match the pairs, etc. Zimmi is another term. It is called as non-Muslim subjects who gave jizya later. under Muslim rule, or sorry, Mughal rule. Pardon. The page number 150 talks about the church of Khambat, where Akbar gave its grant to build a church and the royal farman was issued. This shows the religious ideology of Akbar. Sub page number 151 talks about popular practices of Islam. Here some popular practices were donation called as zakat, the namaz 5 times per day, or salat, SALAT. Third one is messenger, who was called shahada, that is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And fourth is Ramzan, that is the holy month called as Swam. Fifth one is Makkah, which is Hajj. Some universal features of mosque are also mentioned, like its orientation of direction towards Makkah. Second is mihrab. Second one is mihrab. Third one is the minbar, that is the pulpit or raised platform on which prayer is offered. Some sects also emerge in Islam, like Khojas. Their literary genres or prayers are called as jinans in various languages, like Sindhi, Arabic, etc. The word jinan is also derived from the Sanskrit gyan, means knowledge. The Khojas were the Shias. Guys, page number 152 talks about the details of people, how they were named. Basically, today we see the religion as a basis of naming. But in that time, during medieval India, or for that matter, say ancient India, people were basically named on the region of their origin. Like we can say that Persian people were called as Parashika. Tajikistan people were called as Tajika. Turkey people were called as Turushika. Turks and Afghans were referred as Shakas. Greeks were referred as Yavanas. Here you can see that there is no concept of religion, but only places. The generalized term was Malecha. It was a term given to people not following Indian culture and not speaking languages of Sanskrit origin. It was a type of derogatory term given to the migrants or foreigners. Let us move forward to page number 153. Page number 153 talk the details about the growth of Sufism. The word Sufism is derived from Suf, which means purity or cloth named suf used by the wanderers or followers to wrap around them. The original name of Sufism is Tasawwuf. Tasawwuf. The word Sufism was only coined during the 19th century CE. It is an English word, but basic word is Tasawwuf. Sufism means in one word is equal to purity. Some basic infrastructural architects of Sufis were called as hospices or khankas, was a meeting place for Sufis of different areas to mix and discuss ideas. The terms related to Sufism are wali or sheikh, means teacher, peer means teacher, murid means student or follower, successor is called as khalifa. The ideology of Sufism is that God can only be achieved by love. That is, love to God is devotion, is salvation. The word Aulia is the one person who has reached God and is closest to God, and the worship of Aulia will make other people also to reach God. The Sufism is based on an idea of Hinduism, Aham Brahmasmi, that is, I am the God, or God resides within me. I am God, or God resides within me. The Sufis also celebrated the death anniversary very happily of the peers, that is, the teachers or sheikh who has reached God and left world of Maya. This is called as Urs. Urs is equal to death anniversary by Sufis. What is silsila? The term silsila is related to Sufism. Silsila is equal to chain, that is the continuous tradition of transferring knowledge. Guys, remember the Urs was celebrated to attain barakat or blessing from Aulia by visiting to the holy shrine of Peer. The Sufis who were outside Khanka were called as Be Sharia, that is, who not follow Sharia, that is law of Islam, and Ba Sharia, that is, who follow Islam laws. These terms are opposite to each other. The Sufis were sometimes called as Be Sharia, that is, they defied the Islamic laws. Some important Sufis of Chishti silsila. Chishti silsila was one of the most important silsila in India, headed by Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, also known as KGN, Khwaja Garib Nawaz. Some major teachers of Chishti silsila included Sheikh Muhammad Sizgi from Ajmer, Kutubuddin, Khwaja Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki from Delhi, whose shrine is very famous even today, Sheikh Farid Ganj E Sakhar from Ajodan in Pakistan. Remember the guys, the Sufism was from Indian subcontinent and majorly from West India plus East Pakistan, that is Sindh region. Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia was fourth in Chishti silsila. Fifth one was Chirag E Delhi from Delhi. Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia was from Delhi. This is the very famous, and the Nizamuddin station in Delhi is named on his name. Some terms related to Sufism are like this. The Futuh, Futuh, is called as donation, unasked donation that people gave from their wishes, and this was used in day-to-day expense like food, etc. Remember guys, why some sects increased over other sects, like Chistis. Why Chistis increased? Because they appointed their successors all over India. And established various headquarters and worship places and khankas, etc. So they become very famous by their ideology and by their works. One such work done by Data Ganj was book written. Data Ganj was Kashaful Mazhab. The most famous one from Chishti silsila was Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. Muhammad bin Tughlaq visited his shrine in 14th century AD or CE. Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti shrine was funded by Ghyasuddin Khilji of Malwa, or Malwa as we say in North India. It was proximity to trade route. Therefore, it attracted travelers and faith keepers. Here, the deg or the big vessel which is used to cook food for the whole people present there was donated by Akbar. The deg is also called as cauldron. Some more important terms given on page number 157 related to Sufism are Sama, means singing in groups. Zikr means divine names, recalling together. Ziyarat, pilgrimage to the shrine of Aulia, that is the teacher or saint. Language and communication used by the Sufis. Guys, this is given on page number 158. Language and communication. Chistis used Hindvi. Guys, we have seen in previous lecture of that what is Hindvi. Hindvi is the, let me tell you for some guys who have joined this lecture on second part, that Hindvi is the language spoken by people of Hind or Hindustan. It has nothing to do with religion or caste or any other biases. Chistis conversed, that is mostly they used Hindvi. Amir Khusro, who was a famous poet, was disciple of Nizamuddin Aulia of Delhi. Amir Khusro invented Kal. Guys, what is Kal? See, the starting poem lines or introduction before a qawwali and ending lines or poem after a qawwali is called as Kal. Remember, qawwali was not invented by Amir Khusro, but Kal was invented, which is a part of qawwali. And Masnavi is a long poem which is recited. Some other terms like Luri Nama is lullabies, that is Lori, sang for kids, or Shadi Nama, sung during marriages. Some other Sufi saints like Baba Farid took things from Guru Granth Sahib and conversed in local language. Pardon me, the teachings of Baba Farid was included in Guru Granth Sahib. And Baba Farid conversed in local language. The relation of Sufis with the state, page number 159. Guys, another important fact on page number 158 is the Malik Muhammad Jasi wrote Padmavat novel, which showed the love between Ratan Sen and Rani Padmavati to combine with God. Page number 159 talks about the religion of Sufis and state, that is rulers. The inam was given by the state rulers to Sufis. The inam is tax-free land, but majorly the inam was used to build hospices, resting places for travelers and faith followers, or from people from any religion, anywhere, any background. The Sufism was very inclusive, guys, in this method. The thing can be included from this, that the Turks, while setting up their Delhi Sultanate, rejected Muslim ulemas who were their original followers and adopted Sufism, because the people from each and every religion were included in Sufism. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, each and every one people, Muslims also, were included in Sufism. That was the way they ruled the people. by adopting the popular religion. Sometimes the high sounding titles were also given to Sufis or Sufi saints by state. One such title was Sultan ul Mashayikh, means Sultan among sheikhs. That is the Sultan of teachers or sheikhs. This was given to Nizamuddin Aulia, Delhi, who is the most important figure in Chishti Silsila. Some other sects also included Suharwadi in Delhi region, Naqshbandi, followed by Mughals. Some Sufis under state even accepted offices. Sometimes they declined the royal gifts, like stated on page number 160. That Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia rejected the gifts sent by Sultan or king to him. Even the state patronage was so much that the Akbar Fatehpur Sikri capital here the Salim Chishti mosque was developed. It was a state symbol between Mughals and Chistis. Guys, page number 168, pardon me, 161, talks about the new devotional paths, dialogues, descent in North India. See guys, the Bhakti movement started from South India. Okay, then it came upward around 13, 14, 15, 16th century CE AD. And here at the same time Sufism was also in influence. Hinduism or Vedic religion, that is Brahmanism, was also in religion conflict with these two religions. So there was a state of descent in North India, and the influence of the teachings of various leaders or spiritual gurus such as Kabir Das is very important in this context. He used the words from Muslims text, Hindu text, and Sufism also. The Vedic words used by Kabir or Hindu text words used by Kabir were Alak, Nirankar, Brahma, Atma. Muslim words used were Khuda, Peer, Hazrat, etc. And yogic words used were Shunya, that is emptiness, and Shabd, that is sound. Here Alak means unseen, Nirankar means the one who has everything in it, that is the entity of God. Atma means soul, Brahma means world or everything inside God. Kabir was the most important proponent of Bhakti in North India. He composed various things such as Bijak. This is a PYQ asked in UPSC. Bijak was composed by Kabir. He also composed Ulat Bansi, upside down saying. The major problem in Kabir's technique was It was cryptic, means the people from specific backgrounds of spiritual knowledge can only understand it, but the people from normal backgrounds can't understand it very easily. But despite of these limitations, Kabir was successful in propagating many ideas. Even there are many ideas which can be traced to Kabir because of his followers. Because at that time he used to say and not write much. So his things got compiled in Granths later, like Guru Granth Sahib, etc. The Kabir Granthawali is by Dadu Panthis of Rajasthan. Kabir Panthis is Varanasi, UP, found in Adi Granth Sahib, wrote by Guru Angad. Page number 162 talks about the Kabir and his ideology. He was critical of both Hindus and Muslims. He considered all equal. It is the difference that is created by people, but not by God. God only created humans, but religion was created by humans. This is the basic ideology. Kabir was raised by his guru Ramanand, who was critical of Muslims. That is, he was a ardent Hindu. Kabir was raised in family of Julahs or weavers. Kabir mentioned that Guru or Satguru, not specific to some name or form of worship. Many details about Kabir can't be said with conviction because the sources present are very less. It is generally said that Ramanand was contemporary to Kabir and was his guru. But the fact can't be established by 100% accuracy, as we find less written evidences. The another proponent of humanity, love, devotion was Baba Guru Nanak Ji. He believed in Nirgun Bhakti. His message is widely spread in hymns and teachings. Baba Guru Nanak Ji was born at Nankana Sahib on banks of Ravi River. He rejected the idea of ritual bath, sacrifices, sculptures, etc. He said Shabad, that is reciting name of God, is way to reach God. He believed in collective sangat or assembly of like-minded to reach God. The idea of langar, that is community kitchen, was also proposed by Baba Guru Nanak Ji. Guru Nanak Ji invented many ragas, and his follower Bhai Mardana played rabab while Nanak Ji sung. Guru Mardana later became Guru Angad as successor of Guru Nanak Ji. Nanak Ji never established new religion, but the followers of Baba Nanak Ji established their new religion. Adi Granth Sahib was composed by Guru Angad, included the teachings of, Adi Granth Sahib was composed by Guru Arjan Dev, who was the fifth Guru. He included the teachings of Ravi Das, also known as Rai Das, plus Kabir, plus Nanak Ji, plus Farid. At the time of late 17th century AD, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, that is the 10th Guru, included the teaching of all 9 Gurus, including 9th Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, into Guru Granth Sahib, and later Guru Granth Sahib became the permanent Granth or Guru, or the words of Guru, as holy Granth of 6. Guru Gobind Singh Ji also established the Khalsa Panth, that is the army of pure, and gave the concept of 5K, that is kacha, that is undergarment or underpants, kada, that is steel, bangle, plus kesh, that is a comb, a dagger, the establishment of Guru Granth Sahib by Guru Gobind Singh Ji and Khalsa Panth organized Sikhs into socio-religious military establishment. Another proponent of Bhakti is Mirabai. Who was follower of Krishna and escaped the prince of Rajput for his devotion to Krishna. He has criticized in various verses the lavish life of king and that she does not want that all, and asked him to spare him, to allow him to worship Krishna. She is the most epitome example of Krishna Bhakti, famous in Rajasthan plus Gujarat plus Maharashtra, some area. Another important leader was Shankara Dev. He founded Vaishnavism in Assam in late 15th century AD. His teachings are known as Bhagavati Dharma, that is based on Bhagavad Gita plus Puran. A major contribution is Kirtan Ghosh. Shankara Dev encouraged Satra or monasteries for spiritual knowledge. Here SATRA, Satra is equal to monasteries for religious place exchanges. Page number 166 give the details of sources from where the Bhakti and Sufi traditions have been taken. But some important 2 to 3 line facts I will tell you in short, are, because the terms like these are can be anytime asked in UPSC. The terms include malfuzat, that is uttered conversation of Sufis. Second is maktubat, written collection of letters. Third is taskiras, that is biographical account of saints, that is meant to memorize by followers. Please guys see page number 167 and memorize the table as it is, because many times the direct question can be solved from these tables. Now let me give you a brief summary about all the details we studied. Here I will be going very fast so that you can have a quick revision of the facts, because the facts can be asked in prelims directly. The Nainas are Shiva devotees. Total 63 Nainas are famous during 789 BC. Best were famous like ASSM. This is short trick guys. Apar, Sambandar, Sundar Murti, Manikab Sagar. Nainars, these all compiled two set of songs called as Thiruvakam. Alvars were follower of Vishnu. Total 12 important were. They compiled Naliyira, Divya, Prabandham. This is also known as Tamil Ved. Best known Alvars are Peri Alvar plus his daughter Andal, Tondari Poddi, Namalwar. Between 10 to 12th century CE, Cholas and Pandyas majorly gave patronage to both. I can say to Bhakti plus Brahminical religion. In Bhakti, that too to Nainars and Alvars. Shankara Dev advocated Advait philosophy. He was born Kerala 8 CE. Advait is monoism, that is God plus self. It is both one entity. Formless God or Nirgun Bhakti. Illusion or Maya. Freedom is necessary to attain salvation. This is also called as Vedanta philosophy. We will see in detail about this in later chapters. But remember, Shankara Dev in 8th century CE invented Vedanta philosophy. Another leader is Ramanujacharya or Ramanuj. These both names are same. The UPSC has asked prelims 2022 question related to Ramanuja statue and how Ramanuja helped attain salvation. Ramanuja was born 11th century CE in Tamil Nadu region. He said devotion to Vishnu is equal to salvation. This is the line which help you to solve that MCQ as it is given it in NCERT. Hence the NCERTs are important. Ramanuja founded Vishishta Advait philosophy. He inspired Bhakti movement in North India. Vasavana, as we have seen in detail earlier, let's have a quick revision. He founded Veerashaivism, that is Tamil Bhakti, also called as Tamil Bhakti. Believed in temple worship of Shiva. Followers known as Lingayats, that is wearer of links. In central India, that is Maharashtra, the saints from 13th to 17th century CE are significant. These include Janeshwar, Namdev, Eknath, Tukaram, wrote Abhangas, also asked in PYQ. Marathi poem. It is a Marathi poem. Marathi state language of Maharashtra. Sakubai, Chokha Mela. These belong to lower caste of Mahars. Gujarati saint has said about Narsi Mehta. Sorry, the quote of Narsi Mehta, who is a Gujarati saint, is that Vaishnavas are those who understand others' pain. In North India, Nathpanthis, Siddhas, yogis, they were renunciations. That is, leave everything. Let me give you a brief background. In 13 CE, in North India, Islam was also present. Bhakti was also present. The subsect of Islam, Sufism, based on love, was also present. These both have similar teachings. So this led to reformist approach penetrated in North India very, very fast, as both were based on same ideology. Main features of North Indian Bhakti were like that. It has regional songs, plus simple, plus generalist. The most best example is Tulsidas. He worshipped God in form of Ram, which is called as Sagun Bhakti. He wrote Ramcharitmanas in Awadhi dialect. The other one was Surdas. He was Krishna devotee. Composed Sur Sagar, Sur Savali. Surdas was also contemporary Shankaradev of Assam, 15th century CE, plus Sahitya Lahiri. Surdas was a Krishna devotee, compiled Sur Sagar, Sur Savali, Sahitya Lahiri. He was contemporary to Shankaradev of Assam. Another one was Kabir Das. During 15 to 16 CE, composed Bijak, Panchwani. He believed in no external worship, but was a deficiency that he used cryptic language that is hard to understand to common people. But still he was famous due to the works done by his followers. The Ramanand was the guru of Kabir Das. Other such students of Ramanand were Kabir, who was a weaver, Ravidas, who was a cobbler, and Pipa, who was a prince, Dana was a farmer, Shudana was a butcher. Like these, we can see that the Bhakti movement was inclusive of people from all caste, religion, and profession. In this way, the Bhakti movement was the most inclusive of all time. Plus basic religion, plus no sacrifices, plus local languages made it easy to propagate. Guys, this ends the chapter here. I know this is a long chapter and a long video, but this is an important chapter with respect to UPSC. And in next video we will in short discuss the PYQ of Bhakti movement plus prelims plus mains and questions asked there and their answers in short. So guys, share this video if possible if you like it. If you have any valuable comments, please provide, and please pardon me for any mistakes if I have done in pronouncing names. Thank you. That's all for today guys. Thank you.